Hey everyone, welcome to the 100th episode of Junk Journal Sketches. My name is Susan, and this is I Totally Love It. Welcome in. If you're new to Junk Journal Sketches, this was a series I created last year, I guess. 100 episodes ago, and after episode 90, I gifted this series to Trish at Crafting Whimsy, and she did the next 8, and then she has had an injury and has had surgery. And Trish, we're all praying for you for quick healing vibes and uh, speedy recovery, so you can get back to crafting. Because I know how it is when I cannot craft. But she asked me to be her sub, and since we were both teachers, I will be happy to sub for Trish. Um, I'm excited that it's the 100th episode. So here we go, you guys. This is the sketch I chose for today. This is a current sketch from September from Sketch and Scrap, the blog spot, and I'll have that link down below so you can go grab it. Of course, a lot of these are card making sketches, but we turn them into things that we can use in our junk journals. So if you're working on a theme right now, see if you can make this work for you. And if not, pull out your stuff and just make something that you can use later. I have a shoebox full of things I can use later. So let's have a look here. So I'm not doing the black matting in the back. You certainly could. I'm going to start with this gray. That'll be my base of my, I'm just gonna make a journal card here. And I've chosen this paper. So a lot of these papers, if you've been watching my Junk Journal Madness series, the theme is Marie Antoinette. And I use a lot of the papers that I also used in the July Cinderella journal because I had them out and they kind of fit, kind of florally and feminine. So this will be my base. And then we have this little strip right here, and I have choices here. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to go with. I've got these were actually, this is from Michael's The Fairy Tale Scrapbook Pad, the little cut apart strips page. So I already have those. Maybe that, or maybe this. This is from, I think it was a pad of paper I got at Michael's. Not Michael's, Ollie's. So I'm not quite sure what that pad is because it has that little, looks like a perforated line, but it's actually printed on there. All right, so we'll move on. This little dark green rectangle, I think I'm going to use a piece of this because it does, the pinks kind of go together. This pink is a little different because it's from a different pad, but I think it'll be okay. And then for the tag shape here, I've got another little piece of that paper with the trees on it and the pink flowers. So we'll cut that down into a tag shape. And then for the circle shape, I'm going to use this little doily. This is from a set, and it actually has a pattern on it. It's kind of white on one side, but I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can get it really close. You may not be able to tell. Right in the center, it's kind of really pale, 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 pale green floral design, but it works for what I want to do. So it's fine. You can even flip it over and use the back if you wanted to, if you didn't want that design. And that was from a pack on Amazon. It was a little floral set. They're greens and lots of green botanicals is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be circle shape, you guys. It it could be a circle punch if you want it to. It could be a doily. It could be torn paper. You could, I don't know, bottle cap, milk cap. Is that what they're called? Well, I mean, that's circle shape, Susan, but it doesn't always have to be circle just because it's circle here. You can, there's no rules. You can tweak it. Like this flower, it's a daisy. I'm not going to put a daisy, and I'm certainly not going to put this heart, and I'm not putting a sentiment. you could, you could put a label, and maybe I'll find a label to put there. You could put a little washi tape instead of, a sentiment. You could put a sticker here for whatever theme you're working on. Flowers kind of work for me right now. So mine may be a flower. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I've been looking. We'll keep thinking about it. It could be a piece of a doily or something like that. I can cut the little round shape out. whatever. Get creative. If you're making it small enough, maybe it's a button. But my project's a journal card, and it's going to be, I guess, a decent size to fit into my journal, which is right here. So we will work to get something in there. It'll probably be a little bit bigger than this card, but not much bigger than that card. So we'll squeeze it all in there. All right. But once again, you tweak it to whatever you're working on, whatever theme, or whatever scraps you want to use up. You want to get grungy with it, get grungy. You want to ink the stuff, ink the stuff. You want to stamp. You have a stamp that circle shape. Let's do it. You have a flower stamp. You want to do that? Do that. So get out there, be crafty. That's what we're doing, right? All right, guys. So let me go ahead and get some things measured out and cut, and then I'll come back and we'll start gluing it together. All right, guys. I changed up the design a little bit to fit my need because I had the circle here. The doily didn't fit anymore when I cut everything down to a size I kind of could use because it really overpowered the whole thing. It's just too big. So we'll save that for another project. Then I cut the circle out. I feel like my tag could probably be a little taller, but it is what it is. And then I was looking for a flower. I just couldn't find a flower I liked to go with this. I did find this little French, I guess, chocolate label here. It's a little sticker. And I thought I would put that there and tuck the circle in there. So I'll make a slight adjustment to the design. Feel free to do the same. Make it work for you, as I always say. All right, so let me tell you some measurements. Obviously, you want it to work for your journal. This is 5.5 inches tall, and I'm going to measure the same side. You dummy. By 4.5 inches wide. This little strip was a cut apart, and of course, it's 5.5 inches tall, and it is already 1.5 inches wide, and it's going to be kind of close to that edge there. And then I cut that piece to go over that, and this piece is 4.5 by 3, 4.5 tall, 3 wide. And of course, my tag, which could have been a little taller, is 3 inches tall, 2.5 inches wide. Of course, this little sticker, and this was, what is this? The 2-inch circle punch. Which is it, 2 inches? Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna glue those things down. So hope everybody's having a great day. If you participate in Junk Journal Sketches, make sure you tag Trish and go ahead and tag me. I'd like to see how you use this sketch in your project and what you're working on. I know as I'm filming this, some of my Junk Journal Madness participants have finished up their journal, so they might be making something for future projects that are coming up in October. Junk Journal Madness will be taking a break in October. We'll be back in November. There's a lot of things going on in October. You can check out Junk Journal News on Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on this channel. And if you are a host of an event or a collab or a challenge, let us know what's going on, and I'll add it to the news. You can just email me at iturtlylove@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to add it. I don't want quite to the edge there. Okay. And I'm going to want to put the circle down first. I think I want it kind of like that, I guess. I think this is a sticker. I'll probably still add glue to it because I don't know how long the sticky on a sticker lasts. It doesn't feel super sticky, so I would definitely add some glue. There we go. So I'm sure Marie Antoinette enjoyed chocolates in her time. I mean, if they were eating cake. So there you go. A lot of pink and green, I know. But there is my interpretation of the sketch. And the artist that created is Lisa, I think it's Heidi, Hidy. Um, but there's a lot of sketches up here. And they actually, if you do cards, they have like a little contest on that blog spot. So go check it out. But there's my interpretation. So I moved the circle over and I put a label sentiment, there. So yeah. And of course, you can round corners if you want to round them. Just because it isn't here doesn't mean you can't. All right, guys. I appreciate you and your time. I hope you participate. We'd love to see your creations. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.